Hey guys, J-Man here for another comic book review today. Invincible, the Invincible Iron Man number 3. Okay, so the last couple issues, like the first issue I thought was a bit slow and padded. And I know they had to make up their $5.99 or whatever it was. So they had to pad that sucker. Second issue was better. So there's a mystery unfolding. Tony Stark has lost all of his money. This is just like what they do now. Same thing happened with Batman. And now he's just got his suit and that's it. And he's trying to figure out who's trying to kill him. Somebody trying to kill Tony Stark. Oh my God. Yeah. So, I mean, they've been okay, right? I'm not a big Iron Man reader. In fact, I've read for Iron Man comics, I've read issues 1, like big premiere issue number 1. A few of the tales of suspense prior to that. Maybe 1 to 15 or something like that. Iron Man is a character that I always wanted to get into, but I just never did. For whatever reason, it just never happened. So now in the digital age, I actually have a CD of an official CD-ROM of all of the Iron Man comics up to 1995 or 2000 or something, whatever it is, on PDF. And that was an official Marvel release. It was actually a CD disc. It's in my storage locker, but I copied the files onto my computer so I could read PDFs of it. And they're official PDFs. Now they're scanned from the comics, so you got the ads and all that. They're not actually they're not digital. You know how they have the digital comics? So I did buy a couple of collections from Comixology on digital because I thought they just, they cleaned them up or whatever. But it is nice to see the original comics scanned, I think. It's kind of cool. Plus you see the ads, which are always great. All right, so we're going to review Invincible Iron Man 3 using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 for bad, 2 for the best. And once you add up all 5 scores, you have a score out of 10, and that's how we get there. This Iron Man comic is not being graded on a scale that compares to V for Vendetta or Watchmen or Dark Knight Returns or something, or Blackest Night or Flashpoint or something. This is being graded against other Iron Man comics and this series. So again, I haven't read many Iron Man comics, so it is going to be a little bit tough. So I'm going to be as fair as possible. My space system is a bit critical, but you can get 9 or 10. 9 or 10 means, wow, this was amazing. 5 or 6 is just like, yeah, that was pretty good, right? Most comics and movies and shows, it should be a 5 or a 6 out of 10 average. It should be like, yeah, that was pretty good. Then you get somewhere like, okay, this is a 7 or 8. Wow, that was pretty good. And then obviously 9 and 10 is like, wow, it's amazing. I'm gonna buy it and add it to my collection in the background and all that stuff, right? Okay, so let's talk about the story here. For the story for this one, I'm gonna give it a 1.5 out of 2. So that's very close. Now, 1.5 out of 2 does not mean that the story equals the storyline of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing or something, because I would give that a 2, let's say. It doesn't really work like that. Again, we're talking about Iron Man. You bought this comic. What are you getting for your value of your, what is it, $3.99 or $4.99, or what do these cost now? $3.99. So I'm giving it a 1.5, and so I'm giving it above average score on story. And I think I've gotten into it now. The first issue was kind of boring, and I'll get to pacing on this one. But the story has unfolded kind of neat, and I'm interested to see who killed Tony Stark, or who's trying to kill him. There's a stinger at the end here I'm not going to show you. In this particular issue, he teams up with War Machine, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And by the end, Tony thinks he knows who it is. If he does know who it is, and there's actually a battle in this next issue, and they conclude this story, it'll conclude, if they conclude it in the first 4 issues, that'll be interesting, because comics nowadays is what we call constipated comics. And I think Rob Liefeld made that up, or maybe not, I don't know. But I heard it on his podcast once. And it's true. It's like, if they were going to do Watchmen today, it'd be 50 issues or something, right? It's like they just take forever to get stuff going. I remember where it'd be it'd be an Iron Man issue, and this has happened in Iron Man. It'd be maybe a 2-parter or something, right? Oh no, who's trying to kill me? Oh, it's this guy. And then they fight in the next issue. That's it. So now they just drag shit out. But it is interesting, so I'm giving it the 1.5. Pacing, I'm going to give it a 1.5 as well. I was not bored during this comic, but I do feel that there could have been a bit more going on, but it was important to introduce story and pacing really go together. Normally, if the story wasn't as interesting, then the pacing would really have suffered in this comic. But because the story is interesting and you're getting a little bit of a backstory of Zong, who is the guy that Tony hires to help take care of Stark Industries, and then he's killed as well. So he was killed last issue. So because of that, you need to have a little bit slower in the middle because we're learning about this character, and I guess we're learning about him for some reason. He can't just be someone who's dead, but maybe he is. And if he is, that's interesting too, right? So there's a stinger at the end. There's someone else in an Iron Man suit, which I won't say who it is. So there is a battle in here. So let's get into the artistry. I'm going to give the artistry a 1. It is panel-y, but it is good. So 1 means it's good, right? 1 means that was good. I like the art here. So yeah, again, panel-y at these points. There is some good action though. The other thing I want to point out is that Silver Centurion is in this because they do a flashback, and I love the Silver Centurion Iron Man. I just think it's like a wicked design. I always thought War Machine looked awesome anyways. So we'll get to characters in a minute. So it is panel-y, but it's okay. It's good. I like this Iron Man suit. I bought the figure for it. It's somewhere behind me, probably on that shelf. No, that's Wonder Woman. It's right. It's there. There's a little Iron Man that I just got to. I like this suit or whatever, and I don't know if some people like it or not, but whatever. I like it. That's it. This is a pretty good couple of pages coming up where they start doing the battle here, and like this other Iron Man just starts beating the crap out of him. So pretty cool. Good art. I was close to 1.5 because it does fit this book, but I'm sticking with 1. What do we got here? Characters. I'm going to give characters 1.5. Actually, I'm going to give it a bit higher than average because I like Tony in this one. I actually like when Tony Stark has a purpose to what's going on as opposed to just reacting. Sometimes in comics, a lot of these heroes are more reactionary characters, like they're waiting for something to happen. Now, he was reactionary in the first one because someone tried to kill him, and now he's trying to figure it out. But I like this active investigation, like, okay, in the last issue, he had Ironheart. In this one, he's got War Machine. So he's teaming up with different guys to go find out what's going on and trying to solve this mystery. So I like that. Rhodey, of course, I always like War Machine. He's wicked. I love this villain dialogue here at the end with this other character, which I'm not going to reveal in case you haven't read this yet. But it was pretty good. I like that a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 1.5. I like that. Enjoyment factor. For the enjoyment factor, I'm gonna give it a 1.5. So I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10 overall. 7 out of 10 is really good. Most of the Marvel comics now, I've been so bored by them. I've been getting a few digital. For physical copies, I got Deadpool. I get Iron Man. I'm trying to think of what. Joe Fixit for sure. That's the best book right now from Marvel that I'm reading. That's pretty much it. I think that's it for Marvel. It's like Iron Man, Joe Fixit, which is ending. And what was the other one I just said? Yeah, whatever. So it's like 2 or 3 comics. That's it. So yeah, it's gone. I used to get every X-Men comic, but they just got really, really, really boring. But this one is not too bad. So let's see where this goes. If they shit the bed on this, that might be the end of Iron Man for me. Let's see what happens, okay? But I'll definitely let you guys know. All right, that is it. Let me know. What did you think of the Invincible Iron Man issue number 3 or any of the comics? Give me your rating. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time.